The roof of Paris's famous Notre Dame Cathedral has collapsed after a massive blaze broke out at the cathedral this evening. Pictures posted on social media showed enormous plumes of smoke billowing into the city's skyline and flames engulfing large sections of the historic building. According to French newspaper Le Monde, the fire broke out in the attic of the monument before spreading across the roof. A spokesperson for the cathedral said the blaze was first reported at 5:50 p.m. GMT, and the building was evacuated soon after. Officials in Paris said the fire could be linked to restoration works as the peak of the church is currently undergoing a €6 million $8 million renovation project. Paris Mayor Anne Hidalgo says firefighters are trying to contain a terrible fire at the city's Notre Cathedral. Hidalgo urged residents of the French capital to stay away from the security perimeter around the Gothic-style church. The mayor says city officials are in touch with Roman Catholic diocese in Paris. The cathedral is the finest example of French Gothic architecture in Europe and one of the most visited buildings in the world. Notre Dame, which means Our Lady, was built in 1160 and completed by 1260, and has been modified on a number of occasions throughout the century. It is the cathedral of the Archdiocese of Paris and is visited by some 12 million people every year. A fire broke out at Windsor Castle on November 20, 1992, which caused extensive damage to the royal residence. The Berkshire blaze started at 11 a.m. in Queen Victoria's private chapel after a faulty spotlight ignited a curtain next to the altar. Within minutes, the blaze had spread to St. George's Hall next door, and the fire would go on to destroy 115 rooms, including 9 staterooms. Three hours after the blaze was first spotted, 225 firemen from 7 counties were battling the fire, using 36 pumps to discharge 1.5 million gallons of water at the Inferno's peak. The fire break at the other end of St. George's Hall remained unbreached, so the Royal Library was fortunately left undamaged. A fire broke out at Windsor Castle on November 20, 1992, which caused extensive damage to the royal residence. Staff worked to remove works of art from the royal collection from the path of the fire. According to the Royal Collection Trust, the castle's quadrangle was full of some of the finest examples of French 18th-century furniture, paintings by Van Dyck, Rubens, and Gainsborough, Sevres porcelain and other treasures of the collection. Amazingly, only 2 works of art were lost in the fire: a rosewood sideboard and a very large painting by Sir William Beechey that couldn't be taken down from the wall in time. Luckily, works of art had already been removed from many rooms in advance of rewiring work. The Duke of York had said he heard the fire alarm, and roughly 2 or 3 minutes later he saw the smoke after leaving the room he was in, according to contemporary reports. Prince Andrew had joined a group removing valuable works of art from the castle to save them from destruction.